Salut chers internautes et spectateurs, nous sommes en direct de l'ambassade de la France ici en Afrique du Sud. Vous allez voir comment l'ambassade de la France va être déguerpillée, comment la France va être chassée de l'Afrique du Sud. IFF, c'est un parti qui œuvre pour la cause de l'Afrique en général. Vous allez voir les différents membres de différents pays qui sont ici au siège de l'ambassade de la France ici en Afrique du Sud. Alors, Bogoyoka, Nyoso Oyo, Malema président, il y a IFF, et puis pour moi, on appelle membre union sur la partie de Balobi, représentant à Congo Balobi, représentant à Mali Balobi, Ndenge, France, Azoko, Pied Afrique Awa, donc il faut Balongolae Awa en Afrique.
Fighters, let's welcome our brothers in Africa.
Amanja! 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 À bas l'impérialisme français. Fuck off impérialisme. À bas l'impérialisme français. Monsieur l'ambassadeur de France, Julien, nous sommes là pour dire France get off from Africa! France get off from Africa! La France exploite le continent africain à cause de l'impérialisme français.
We are here today to tell the France to fuck off from Africa. I want to tell you something today. You see this piece of shit? They are the one implementing it. In Africa, close to 14 countries in Africa, this shit is printing in France. But they cannot use it in France. If it's not witchcraft, what is that?
Cher peuple sud-africain, je suis venu de France exprès pour soutenir le camarade Julius Malema, EIFF.
Dear people from South Africa, I came on the long from France to come and support our comrade Julius Malema with EFF.
Avant de continuer, il y a un mouvement que j'apprécie chez vous. J'aimerais qu'on envoie un message très fort à l'ambassadeur néocolon Julien qui se trouve au sein de l'ambassade.
Before I start, there is something that I like from you people. I want us to send a message to that representative of Macron who is here looking at us.
Et quand nous dénonçons la politique française, la presse, le gouvernement français nous arrête et nous accuse d'être des suprémacistes noirs.
And when we are denouncing them in France, they arrest us and they treat us as extremists.
Nous avons chassé la France du Mali. Aujourd'hui, le président Koïta, Mali.
We chase France from Mali. We chase them from Mali. Mali! Thank you.
La révolution est en marche.
The revolution is on. Nobody can stop it. The revolution is on.
Nous sommes fiers d'être avec vous, peuple sud-africain.
We are glad to be with you guys, South African people.
Sachez-le que ceux qui vous exploitent, ce ne sont pas vos semblables africains. Ce sont les colons qui occupent vos terres.
You know that people that are exploiting you is not your fellow brother, but it's not those white people who are exploiting South Africa and the whole Africa.
Nous devons libérer nos terres pour l'avenir de nos enfants. N'ayons plus peur du néocolonialisme français. Et nous disons, France must go from Africa. France get away from Africa.
We need to free our land for our children. And we need to tell them, France, fuck off from Africa. Pack and leave. 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 France safer. Down. France safer.
We now receive a representative from Mali.
We are here today. We are here today to celebrate the Day of Africa. In 6 years, 59 years now, Africa is independent, and we wish our independence to the full independence. Mali is one of the country, the big empire like South Africa. We thank EFF for the organize this meeting, and the South African, we thank everyone to be here today. And Mali is supporting the freedom of Africa, not only in one part, in all of Africa. Mali today, we are one of the first to tell French people to go out from Mali. We are sick and tired. We need the people, we need our partnership with any country in the world. Thank you everyone, thank you Julius Malema to organize, to give us today this opportunity to tell everybody thank you. Thanks South Africa, thank you Mandela. Thank you.
Now we are going to call upon the Ambazonia Southern Cameroon's representative, Debni Yerima.
Thank you very much. Viva IFF, viva! Viva! Viva the Commander-in-Chief, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Tata Nelson Mandela, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Robert Sibogwe, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Solomon Matlongu, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Steve Biko, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Mama Winnie Mandela, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Thomas Sankara, viva! Viva the spirit of Kwame Nkrumah, viva! Viva! Viva the spirit of Chris Hani, viva! Viva! Viva for Africa, viva Africa for Africans, viva! Viva! Viva Amazonia, viva! Viva! Fancy corruption, fancy! Fancy colonial dictatorial regimes, fancy! Fancy to Western imperialism, fancy! My dear comrades, on behalf of the Amazonian people, I want to thank the leadership of EFF, the Commander-in-Chief, the Commissars, and fellow fighters for giving Amazonia France to pack out of Africa. I'm here today in exile, standing for the people of Amazonia, a land annexed, colonized, and occupied by La République du Cameroon. In the 50s, Amazonia was far ahead of our present colonizers in terms of statecraft, public institutions, governance, democracy, human rights, law and order. We lived in a democratic society with unimpeded free trade ideas. Amazonia is a country with our own international borders between the Republic of Cameroon, Nigeria, and Equatorial Guinea. Activists across Africa has watched in amazement as the EFF, in its short existence, have successfully championed the cause of the African people and has spoken severally about the plight of the Amazonian people. Just like the EFF, Amazonia is fighting French imperialism in West Africa. Yes, the same French imperialism or imperialist that murdered the South African anti-apartheid giant Dulcie September in Paris in 1988, after she received documents implicating France in the nuclear power program of the apartheid regime. After murdering the leaders of the independence movement next door in La République du Cameroon, France imposed neo-colonial regime there, a despotic society ruled by horsewhip, a despotism that soon became an object of reverence and worship in that country. We fell prey to such an atrocious dispensation which has nothing to offer except blood, tears, poverty, and a wretched and dehumanized existence. We have never had any ties with France. In the 1960s, France used their regime in Cameroon to annex Amazonia. For many years, there have been waves of protest over the second-class status that is forced on our people. We wrote to the United Nations and to the international community petitions upon petitions about the plight of the Amazonian people, and they gave us a deaf ear.
But there comes a time when the people are bound by faith, history, and the action of the international community to fully take responsibility on their own destiny and decide whether to be prisoners of their past strategy or be architects of their own future as human beings living in freedom and dignity. It is a new day, and like the EFF, a new crop of Ambazonian activists, the never again generation, are standing up against French imperialism and defending our neighborhoods one block at a time in the senseless war declared on us by the new colonial regime of La République du Cameroon. Our liberation struggle has been on for over 60 years, but it's reached its peak in 2016 when the new colonial regime in Cameroon imposed a French colonial legal and educational system on our land. Activists called for general strike, but the regime responded by declaring war on our people. As I speak, millions of our people have been forced to walk away from everything they hold dear to flee for their lives, as the Cameroon army has embarked on a war of extermination on our communities. A genocide is going on right now in Amazonia. Our comrades from Mali are here today. They have similar cries, and these cries are similar across the so-called 14 Francophonie or French African states and Amazonia. Mali was one of the 64 countries in the United Nations out of the 97 who voted for the independence of Ambazonia on the 21st of April 1961. Ambazonians are grateful to EFF and to you, comrades of Mali, and will continue to join you to fight neo-colonialism against Africa and make sure that Africa leaves the shore, that France leaves the shores of Africa. I want to use this opportunity to make this appeal to EFF and all African progressive movements to join hands with us to fight French repression, killings, lootings, and plunder of our resources. Africa deserves better, and we can build the Africa our forefathers dreamed by working in solidarity together. NATO stood in solidarity for Ukraine. As Africans, we must stand in solidarity for all Africans. Mama Africa is pregnant to deliver another child, Ambazonia, on Africa's west coast. And she needs the support of the brothers of the EFF that was bettered in Marikana. We count on your support, fighters and comrades. And as the government of the United States has given temporary protection status to Ambazonians who fled the genocidal war into the United States, let us use this opportunity to call on the South African government and governments in Africa that as Africans in solidarity, may your governments give protection to Ambazonians fleeing the genocidal war, and even do better by speaking up against the human rights atrocities. The people of Ambazonia had a gift from the Julius Malema. So we are giving him the flag of Ambazonia, a small symbol that we are standing and fighting together for the liberation of Africa.
Country, the DRC, Masamba Clovis.
Good morning, fighters. I'm very, very happy to be among the fighters that are claiming the ideology of Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema as a person from DRC. I'm here with tears in my eyes. Fighters, if you can know what is happening in the DRC, it's shameful. It's not a secret that all countries in Africa that speaks French, the administration is very, very wrong because of the wrong politics of France. I'm coming from the South Kivu in the east of DRC. What's happening there? There is killings of maybe 5,000 people a day. and no one is speaking about what is happening in that party. Why I'm here to join the ideology of Julius Malema as Commander-in-Chief. In 1994, the French army were deployed in Rwanda. They make sure the genocide in Rwanda happened under their watch. They supported within everything that they could do, and that things caused the genocide, and the people flew from Rwanda to DRC because of the French. 100% as a Congolese and a one from Congo DRC in East, where the war is happening day and night. We are there to support the ideology of Commander-in-Chief and to say enough is enough with the French people. They must vacate in our continent. Viva Julius Malema! Viva! Viva EFF! Viva! Viva all countries in Africa! Viva! Thank you very much, fighters.
Thank you very much.
Ayasitagata bakabane isumto mnyama Angola lo engumu Afrika Nigeria lo engumu Afrika Tanzania lo engumu Afrika Botswana lo engumu Sitila mapono ayasitagata bakabane isumdomnya la mapono ayasitagata bakabane isumdomnyama amandla viva EFF viva. We're waiting for these people to come out, because we are not going to read this memorandum without these imperialists and murderers come outside. And if they don't come outside, we are not going to leave here until they come outside. So they must stop wasting our time. We are not here to play games here. If they think they were part of the nonsense they've been doing in West Africa, it stops here. We are not West Africa, and we're not going to allow that nonsense. We come here peacefully, and we want the France embassy to act peacefully and not provoke us. So they must come outside and receive the memorandum. Otherwise, we are not going to start. Otherwise, we are not going to live here. And by not living here, they will not live here. We are going to divide ourselves. Others will go and occupy the main road there. And others will occupy the gate of France embassy. So stop wasting time. Call that comrade who was singing here. Come and sing here until this food. The French white supremacists are not going to dictate to us on how we must protest here in South Africa. No one is going to fight you. No one is going to beat you. You have killed a lot of people in Africa. Why are you scared today to come out and face Africans? SG, we can't negotiate for long because now we'll have to call the trucks to block the roads. There are police here. Why are you scared? Police are here to protect you. Why are you scared? Scared of what? You don't even trust the South African police. Fighters at the back there, please go and sit in the middle of that road at the back. Sit in the middle there. Fighters at the back, block the road at the back there. Close that road. No car from both sides must pass. Close the road. Wait, fighters. Fighters at the back, block the roads. Comrades, let's do that in a disciplined manner. Let's block the roads. No car moves. We must look for all the entrances of the French embassy. No car goes in, no car goes outside. We are going to be with them here the whole day today. We are together. We came here peacefully, and France think it can dictate to us on how we must protest. It's not going to happen that. We are not the type that gets undermined. High discipline, fighters, high discipline, high discipline. Check the agent provocateurs, please. The command will be issued from here. Don't do anything we didn't say you must do. Please, let's be disciplined. Let's sing, fighters. We are not going anywhere. France must stop all colonial taxes because it is the wealth of the African continent, the blood and sweat of Africans that build all infrastructure which African countries are forced to pay for many decades after the so-called independence. France must immediately remove all its military bases which is currently stationed in Africa. These include, but is not limited to, military bases, French soldiers, French aid through arms, and any presence of French influence in the armies or militia groups in Africa. France must desist from interfering in the economic affairs of African countries through monetary policy, and the use of their currency in West Africa must gradually decrease towards establishing currency system determined by Africans themselves. France must return all mineral and fiscal reserves held by the French treasury to African nations and any of their former colonies. France must pay reparations to all of its former colonies, particularly the architects of the greatest slave rebellion known to humanity, Haiti. Haiti has had its development reduced by racist global world order which feared African independence and the first black-led state. The removal of French as an official language in Africa in favor of continental reconstruction of African identity, away from imposition of white civilization standards and norms as a measure of humanity. France must stop its sponsorship of divisions that occur in Africa's continental multilateral institutions, particularly the Pan-African Parliament and the African Union. These demands are made to the government of France and sent to all colonial and neo-colonial forces in the African continent, including the United Kingdom, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Germany, and the United States of America. All forms and manifestations of colonialism in the African continent must be dismantled. It is our obligation as a generation to work fearlessly to dismantle colonial and neo-colonial rule. The EFF will do everything in its power to destabilize all forms of colonialism in the African continent and will play an unapologetic and leading role in the dismantling of all remnants of colonialism and colonial rule in the African continent. We stand on the shoulders of great anti-colonialist Pan-Africanists such as Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, Emperor Haile Selassie, Ben Bella, Thomas Sankara, and many others. The EFF expects a response to all these demands within 14 working days. If there is no believable and practical response within the 14 days, we will, as the leadership of the EFF, outline a clear and practical program on how we will undermine and counter the French continued colonialism of the African continent. I thank you. Amandla! Amandla! Comrades, we are here to hand over this memorandum to the embassy of France, which must be taken directly to the government of France. We now call the representatives of the embassy to come and sign the memorandum and acknowledge receipt of the memorandum. Let's give the ambassador an opportunity to acknowledge the receipt of your memorandum. Thank you.
I want to say that we respect the EFF as a political movement. Also, I think you are very good organizers. You came to see us today, so it was normal to come out and to receive your memorandum. We cannot sign the memorandum because it's your memorandum, but we will convey the memorandum. And also, I want to say an important message, that we have our disagreement, okay? And today, France is a partner with Africa, and we are friends of the African nations. Thank you very much.
Amandla! Amandla! Down with France, down! Down with the imperialist France, down! Down with the imperialist America, down! Down with the imperialist Spain, down! Down with the imperialist Belgium, down! Down with the imperialist Italy, down! Amandla! Amandla! Down with the colonizer Britain, down! Down with the colonizer Britain, down! So fighters, when we say we don't want France in Africa, it doesn't mean we want Britain in Africa. It doesn't mean we want Spain in Africa. It doesn't mean we want Italy in Africa. They must all follow each other with their tail in between their legs, leaving our continent of Africa, because Africa belongs to Africans. So you saw today we just undermined a white supremacy. This is the ambassador who was refusing to get out and said the protocol of France doesn't allow him to get out. I had to leave the truck to go and fetch him. This is not France, come here. This is Africa. You will do what the Africans are doing. We must build our own continental language so that when we speak to each other, we don't have to use their colonial language. Swahili is one such example that is spoken in many other countries. When we say, let's make Swahili one language, comrades in Nigeria say, no, our language is spoken by more people because we are men. We say, no, it's spoken by more people but in one country. Swahili might be spoken by fewer than your people, but is spoken in different countries. Therefore, it is the basis within which we can start to build a continental language. Once we have a continental language, we can communicate without imperialists hearing us. That is the beginning of the unity of Africa, which is a threat to France and Britain. For the Mali comrades, when they fight there and demand France to leave, the people of South Africa should join the people of Mali and march France out of Mali.